What's going on, FG fam? Welcome to the 17th episode of the Miami Marlins franchise. Wow, 17 episodes already. I can't believe we've gotten this far, but we are at the All-Star break in season number 2. Who gets snubbed? Let's check it out. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to All-Star Week in the series, and we are starting out with the Futures matchup. You can see Sterling Olander is in there, and that is a user prospect. So congrats on being the first user prospect to make an All-Star game. As we can see, there is nobody in the Futures game for our team at the moment, so we're trying to see who is in there. Ryan Muller is on the bench as a closing pitcher. 73 overall, a potential. He's gone up, I believe, 1 point since he was drafted in overall. So, not a bad player. Grant Levine is also in this Futures game, so that's pretty cool to see that we actually did get a position player. But since nobody's actually starting, we're just going to go ahead and manage this game out, see how it goes. The AL Futures come out swinging. They get 2 runs in the first inning, and this is already going to be a tough one to come back from, as just nobody getting any hits for the NL Futures. Kelenic gets a single. Kelenic, however you want to inflectuate his name. There's Aitken with a 2-run shot for the AL, and they go up 4-zip. Josh James on the mound for our National League, and at least he does a decent job of limiting more runs from coming across the bag. He does give up a double to Walker, so we bring in Nick Lodolo, and he ends up giving up a sac fly later in the 5th inning. So a 5-0 lead for the AL Futures, then a run scored, then a 2-run shot by Ramos. For our National League, we get it to 5-3. At least we are in the ball game right now. Caleb Ort on the mound for the AL, trying to get some runs across. It is that time where we go ahead and try to pinch hit, get the bench players to get some playing time. Nick Lodolo still out there on the mound, getting a strikeout, a ground out, hitting a batter, and then getting out of the inning. So not too bad for him. Grant Levine in the game now. He gets a single. There we go. A Marlin contributing to the ball game. There's Luis Toribio, and he gets rounded into a double play. Come on now. Come on now. We had Grant Levine on first base. There's a single for Packard, and then we're bringing in Jay Leroy. Leroy gives up a little something. Then we finally get a double play to get out of the inning, but it's still a 5-3 ball game. MJ Melendez batting. We take him out for Jeffrey Ramos now after Melendez gets a strikeout. Then Volpe comes up. He does nothing, and we just cannot get anything across here. All zeros since the 5th inning. There's a run scored on a double. It's 5-4, but we still lose. The NL Futures drop it to the AL Futures 5-4. The AL just got out to too much of a lead. Charlie Aitken, the player of the game. Now we get into the home run derby. Alex Bregman, Eugenio Suarez, Matt Chapman, Dominic Smith, Max Muncy, Xander Bogaerts, Gleyber Torres, and Peter Alonso, all fighting to hit the most bombs in this home run derby. We had nobody in it, so we'll go ahead, sim through that first round where Alonso, Dom, Smith will face each other, 2 Mets, and then Xander Bogaerts and Eugenio Suarez, and Suarez will take down Bogaerts 7-6, Alonso beating his teammate 6-5. So here's Pete Alonso with a chance to win the home run derby. And this big crack goes 416 feet. You got to hit 2 440-footers to get the 30-second bonus. That one goes 398. Then he hits one dead center field going 421. Still doesn't reach the 440 mark. This one to left field is 418. Then he yanks another one out to left field for 397, and then hitting this one to straightaway center field at 403 So the total is 6 with just 15 seconds. No bonus. There's a 426. And then another big ripper out to left field on the pole goes 437. None of them go 440, but Pete Alonso with a decent total there. Eugenio Suarez in the last round only had 7 bombs. That would be not enough. That would be enough for Pete Alonso to win this home run derby, so he's going to have to do better. There's one that goes pretty far. That was a big shot. Then he hits another one here for 447. He's already earned the bonus. That's crazy. So Suarez doing a great job. There's a 435 bomb. Now coming up on a minute left. Hits the foul pole on that one. That one goes out. So he's got 4. And now for the 5th one, that goes 407. So he's got 3 that he needs to tie, 4 to win. And he's going to have over a minute to do it with the bonus time. Now under a minute in regulation time, and this one's hit over the left field wall, 444. He's got 1 more to tie with just 15 seconds to go. There it is. It would be 8-8, but he's going to get extra time, but he's not going to need it. Eugenio Suarez is your home run derby champion here in 2022. So Eugenio Suarez taking home the trophy over Pete Alonso. Cincinnati Reds getting some hardware via Suarez. So we move into the AA All-Stars. The starting pitcher is going to be Jordan Holloway. So we have the All-Star Game starter in AA. We also have starters in Xavier Marchant, Albert Guerrero, Bobby Robinson. So 3 starters, the 1, 2, 3 hitters, and the starting pitcher. I would say we're doing pretty well there. So let's check out this AA All-Star Game from Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. The All-Star Game, and it is Tony Santillan on the mound against us. Here's Bobby Robinson, who we are player locking in this one. He hits this one down the left field line for a base hit in the top of the 1st inning. Finds his way all the way to third base, where Brandon Shoemake is going to strike out and not bring him home. So here's Jordan Holloway's stats on the season. He's at 11 starts. He's 7-0 with a 1.80 ERA. Hopefully he pitches pretty well today, and hopefully he doesn't gas himself because we're going to need him in AA ball. There's an out from Robinson, and then look at this. Glover over at third. What a grab. Now Robinson again at the plate in the top of the 6th. PCI way off. No good. Just the vision not there right now. He had a good hit in the 1st inning, and then he was pinch hit for in the 9th inning, which is going to end our look live into the game. We're going to go into the quick manage section. And you can see a 3-zip game. That is how it ends. And the opposing All-Stars, the North All-Stars, going to beat our South All-Stars by a score of 3-0. So Holloway going to pick up the loss in this one. He only pitched 2 innings. He gave up 2 runs. Not exactly his greatest performance of the season. Tony Santillan is not only the player of the game, but the winning pitcher. 4 walks, 1 earned run, and getting the dub. So taking a look at what happened in the box score, who was responsible for the 3 RBIs? Well, on our team, we didn't have anybody responsible for any RBIs, so I guess that doesn't really matter all that much. Take a look there. We had, 6 total hits, 1 error in the field, and for them, they get a couple RBIs from Rivera, and big wins there. So Brandon Lowe is on the move to the Cubs from the Rays. They get Ian Happ and Alejandro Zapata back. And we take a look at the AL and NL All-Star Game, the MLB All-Star Game. You can see who has made it here. Nicholas Castellanos is there for the AL. Looking at the NL, you got Lindor, Freddie Freeman, Yelich, Dom Smith, Cody Bellinger, Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Ozzie Albies, and Travis d'Arnaud. So we have no all-star starters. Taking a look at inside the bench players, we do have Roberto Osuna on the bench as a closing pitcher option. And do we have any bench players in the field? No, we do not. So that is it. Our only all-star is Roberto Osuna. So let me know who you think got snubbed in these all-star games in the comment section below. You guys saw the stats last episode. Some guys I thought maybe might have deserved a little bit of consideration, but did not get any. As it is a 2-0 lead for the AL All-Stars. They get a run in each of the first 2 innings. Then they have the bases bombed. We take Kershaw out for Paddock and get the fly out, so at least that works in our favor. But 2-0. Kershaw did not open the game up very well for us, and we haven't had a lot of hits. As a matter of fact, we have 0 of them. So a no-hitter between all of the pitchers going for the American League, and there we go. We finally got a single from Ozzie Albies. Don't know that it's actually going to amount to anything. Let's take a look. Trey Turner coming into the game. He does nothing. So Paddock's still in there. We're going to take him out for Yu Darvish, because why not help us out a little bit in the National League and waste some other people's pitchers. That's exactly what we want to do. Here's Ken Giles pitching for the American League as we continue our little pinch hit train to try to get everybody a little bit of an opportunity. But if nobody can hit, what the heck is the sense anyway? Still 2-zip. Yu Darvish doing a good job on the mound. He gets through. Ken Giles on the mound for them. They are going to bring in Trevor Rosenthal for him. Bryce Harper. Mookie Betts takes over for him. He gets a walk at least. Manny Machado is taken over by Cabrian Hayes, who strikes out. And Keston Hiura in for Ozzie Albies. Castellanos gets a double for them to lead off that next inning. Corey Kluber in to pitch for the National League. Then Liam Hendricks coming in. He is there to, I guess, close it out. We'll see if he can do it. And a swing and a single for Trey Turner. At least we have a runner on. Rowdy Tellez with a double, and the runner's thrown out at home. So Trey Turner's thrown out at the plate, and the AL defeats the NL in the All-Star game. 2-0. It is Jimmy Nelson, the player of the game, Minnesota Twins pitcher. So now to the AAA All-Star game, the final All-Star game to take a look at in this episode. And is there anybody for us? Josh Naylor's actually down there. Drew Waters, we know he's very good. So we do not have anybody starting in the AAA All-Star game. The Jumbo Shrimp have been a little disappointing this season. So who is there in the waiting in the wings? It is Ryan Muller, our only All-Star in AAA. So there we go. Maybe some snubs there as well, though AAA, like I said, hasn't been playing all that well. So Jordan Yamamoto on the mound for us, giving up a 2-run shot to Eric Hosmer. I don't know how he's in AAA. Seems like a bit of a cheat. So we get a double in the bottom half of the inning. We get a solo shot from Josh Naylor, make it 3-1. Then there's a 2-run shot for Ellis for them. Now at 5-1, we're already taking out Yamamoto. He was absolutely terrible, as the Spaniards would say. So Jorge Suarez in the game. There we go. We got a 0-0 in the third inning. So now on to the fourth we go. Jonathan Stiver in the game. Double play to end that inning. Logan Gilbert on the mound as well. And a lot of zeros coming across the scoreboard. 5-1 ball game. Kelenic on first base. And nowhere to go. There's a double for Royce Lewis for us. An opportunity to maybe draw this game a little bit closer. A stolen base by Royce Lewis, and still nobody could bring him home. So we move forth. They got runners on the corners here. We're going to make a pitching change, bring in Jalen Beeks. And that'll help us not give anything up, which we gravely need in a game like this. 5-1, it's already a 4-run game. Dennis Santana pitching for them as we go ahead and find a lot of pinch hitters in this one. looking to potentially get some runs on the board. Naylor, barely nowhere. We're going to take him out of there. Actually, no, we never got a real chance to. Now, there we go. There's a single for Ruff. Come on, make it rough on them. Ha ha ha. All the dad jokes in this episode. All the dad jokes. 2 runs scored by the AAA West All-Stars. So now the game is, for lack of a better word, it's out of reach. We're not going to get this win at all. Royce Lewis, they're going to take him out for Howard. He gets a single. Lucas Erceg is taken out for Montano, who grounds out, thank goodness. Now here we are pitching, and we get through that quite easily. But now the time is a-ticking as we are in this 8th inning and on to the 9th inning. We will get the last licks, but we've got to get through the top of the 9th first. A single from McCarthy, a hit by a pitch, and a 3-run bomb for Jake Eierman. I believe that's how you say his name. But it is an easy win for the AAA West All-Stars as they win 10-1. Oh, it's Jeremy Eierman, excuse me. He was 3 for 5 with a home run, and he was the player of the game. So there we go. We get an injury update on Nick Neidert. He was a little injured and nicked up. Nicked up, get it? Again, another dad joke. I'm just on the ball with these. Cameron Misner, he will be out for 1 to 2 months. That is terrible news. Continuing on, we are in a rubber game against the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Brewers are 45-47. Marlins, hey, they've won 50 games. If they can keep that pace up, maybe potentially they can make the playoffs. Going up against Adrian Hauser here, a 3.44 ERA and 1.32 WHIP in 18 starts. He's got a 3-4 record, and he is going to try to shut down this Marlins lineup that has been dangerous at times. And here is Michael Conforto in the top of the 1st inning. He's getting the party started right away here at Miller Park. Well, I guess it's not really called that anymore, but his 22nd bomb of the season. Michael Conforto absolutely destroys one out to left, and you love to freaking see it, man. Goodbye. Max Meyer is our starting pitcher for this one, 5-3 with a 2.03 ERA and a 1.03 WHIP. He has been really good ever since we called him up last season, honestly. And we're hoping that he can do big things in this rotation, but it seems like every time we get a chance to look at him, he has a little bit of trouble in the 1st inning. And this time it's at least the 2nd inning, so a 2-1 lead as they cut the lead in half. And there's a nice liner. We would have had a chance to score, but Mejia's liner is caught. Here's Tyrone Taylor, and look at this stop. That'll be the 2nd out of the 5th, but they will score the tying run to the plate. So trying with a runner in scoring position, Max Meyer gives one up into the left field corner. That will score the leading run for Milwaukee. Remember, we walked them off just before the All-Star break, so they're a little angry, but here's Michael Conforto in the top of the 6th inning. Straightaway center field on a power bomb. 435 feet, 23rd of the year, 2nd of the game, and Michael Conforto is the absolute catalyst of this team. It's unbelievable. He just seems to come up with a big hit whenever you need it, and usually it's a long ball. Here's Randy Dobnak in the game later on in the 8th inning in a tie ball game, getting the last out of the 8th inning to prevent any leading runs from coming across, and the Brewers are going to trust Lucas Sims here, 5-5 with a 3.53 ERA. It is Christian Pache coming in, pinch hitting for Randy Dobnak. He's batting .224 on the year with 7 homers. We could use one of those right now, but we get a hit down the right field line. 2 outs in this top of the 9th, but we've got the leading run on first base, and we're just not going to get him home with that dribbler. So we go to the bottom half of the 9th, and Dylan Floro is the one trusted to bring us into extra innings. He's not been very good against lefty batters, but man, has he been amazing against righties. And here's a righty at the plate, and Chris Bryant, and he dribbles one up the middle and is thrown out. We go to extras. Top half of extras, we do nothing. Now he's got a lefty in Christian Yelich, and Yelich is going to put this one into the gap, and that is going to do it with the free runner on second. The Milwaukee Brewers walk it off. It is the former Cub, Chris Bryant, who walks it off, who scores the walk-off. Christian Yelich singling him home, and the Brewers get revenge on the walk-off we had before the All-Star break. They come out of the All-Star break getting a walk-off at home. Conforto's 2 homers is not enough to propel the Miami Marlins to victory today. Chris Bryant getting player of the game, a triple and a double in it. Lucas Sims gets the win for them. Dylan Floro, the loss for us, having only given up 1 run in the entire game, but it was enough to lose. So looking at the box score, Eloy Jimenez had 2 doubles. Birdie had a triple. Conforto with 2 homers and 3 ribbies. Max Meyer gave up 3 runs in his start today. Bryant, Vogelbach, and Schwarber with doubles. Bryant also had a triple. Yelich, Bryant, Narvaez with RBIs. Now we've got a little situation against the Cubs. A scoreless game in the bottom of the 9th, and Dobnak in there pitching. There is a single, and this could turn into some trouble here with 2 outs in the 9th. They've got runners on the corners. They get a guy going to second base. Nobody ever saw him going there, so they've got 2 in scoring position here, and a fly ball out to right field. We are going to extra innings. So into the 10th we go. Brendan Rodgers going to pinch hit for the pitcher with the runner on second, and Rodgers sends this one right down the left field line. Going to attempt to come home with the leading run. It will work out. They will take Rodgers and get him out at second, attempting to come around. Here's Pache still in the top of the 10th, and Christian Pache puts this one over the right fielder's head. And we've got some speed on the base paths as John Birdie going to score off of a Christian Pache triple. And that is going to put our Marlins up 2-0. And Roberto Osuna entrusted with holding on to this and getting the save. He's 25 of 28 in his opportunity this year with a 2.08 ERA. And the very first batter of the bottom of the 10th is going to be a fly ball out, an easy pop fly into foul territory. Here's a strikeout. There we go. Osuna doing it the way we need him to. Jose Iglesias has had a 221 average with runners in scoring position. He gets a hit. That'll count. Here's Jason Hayward, and he's going to take the walk from Osuna. So Osuna sets this up poorly for JD Martinez, who gets the dribbler onto short, and he is thrown out to end the ball game. The shutout is saved by Roberto Osuna, and the Marlins get a 2-0 win in Chicago on this road trip to the Midwest. Sandy Alcantara, player of the game, 7 innings, didn't give up a single run, and big time performance for Alcantara. Unfortunately, he does not get the win because we picked up the runs with Dobnak on the mound, so there we go. And we move along. So the Cubs, all they got that was special was a stolen base from Rizzo, supposedly. They had good starting pitching as well, just gave it up late in the bullpen. Arozarena is getting acquired by the Chicago Cubs now from the Rays for, in my opinion, a bunch of hunk of junk. But you guys let me know what you thought of that trade in the comments section below. Michael Conforto with 24 bombs and a 260 average on the season. He's played the most games of anybody. That's kind of what the list is sorted by. Games played, not necessarily average or homers or anything. Alfaro, we want to get him playing some more. Alfaro's been injured a lot. So we'll see if we can get him on track and potentially make this playoff push. Max Meyer, a 2.23 ERA. We're hoping he continues his tremendous play. He could maybe be Rookie of the Year this season. We'll see how that works out for him. Into AAA we go. Jazz Chisholm tied for the lead with everybody on the team for 6 home runs. There's a lot of guys on our AAA squad with 6 home runs. Nicholas Boucher has pitched really, really well. A 2.64 ERA, a 1.20 whip. But it has not equated to a lot of wins for him. That's the problem. Into the AA statistics, Reynel Delgado batting .242, .250 for Grant Levine with 3 homers, 26 RBIs. I'd like to see a lot more from a lot of these players, but, you know, it's AA. They've got some time to learn. Jordan Holloway has lost 2 straight after the All-Star break. That is not good. We wanted him to continue his dominant AA pitching, because I'd like to move him up to AAA next year, see how he does there, and then maybe he can make an MLB debut. We are still 3.5 games behind the division leader, though the division leader has changed from the Mets. So it is no longer the Mets. Cardinals doing well in the Central. Padres doing well in the West. Dodgers and Mets lead the wild card. We're 2.5 out of the wild card, but still a chance. We just don't score the same amount of runs as these other teams. But we also not giving up a lot of runs, so that is why we are in this race. White Sox and Angels lead the AL wild card with the Rays a 1.5 game out. Jumbo Shrimp are 18 games behind the first place Bulls, so that's definitely not going to happen. The Biscuits were the first half winner. We're tied with them for the second half with our AA Blue Wahoos. So we'll see what ends up happening. We are going into a series against the Rays. They're 2 games above us, but they're in a different league. So we'll see how that happens. Guys, make sure you leave some comments below. Make sure you drop a like on the video. It really does help the channel grow, and I know that's what we all really want. I see it so many times. Thank you guys for all the great comments about how the channel deserves more subscribers, but I'm going to be completely honest with you guys always. It is up to you, because YouTube is going to push these videos out to people that they think is going to enjoy it. So if you guys enjoy it, you have to let YouTube know by dropping a like, by hitting the sub button, by hitting that share button and putting it out to any social media platform you have, and by leaving great comments as you guys have been. And if you want to see more franchise, just keep watching some right here to see more franchise.